Welcome, welcome! It's Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And we bring you another Invictus Launch Week video, May 28th and 29th. What do we have in store for us today? Literally in store. It's going to be the Misc, Consolidated Outland, Argo, and Crusader Industries sell. So it's well known that Consolidated Outland CEO Silas Corner was inspired by the infamous 999th Test Squadron when briefing the Mustang. So the pillars of the industrial sector, Misc and Argo, are also no strangers to military contracts, while Crusader's altruistic aspirations embody the spirit of the Empire the same way its ships support it. So we're going to have 4 different manufacturers today for sale. Starting off with Misc. So the Warbond upgrade special is to the Freelancer Misc, which is the gunboat of the Freelancer series. It'll also have some storage capability in the back, or cargo running capability, but this thing is a beast. It comes with a slew of missiles and some decent weaponry. So definitely a great ship to own if you are thinking you might be in combat more than you're running cargo, or you want to protect the cargo that you're running. The Freelancer Misc is a fantastic ship to own. Then we have the Misc Reliant Tana, which uses technology from the Xi'an to infuse a little bit with the human technology. Misc worked really close to some of the manufacturers from the Xi'an Empire, and they came up with the Reliant series. The Tana is the military version, or the militia version of that series. So it's a very cool ship. It does pack a punch. If you ever play Pirate Swarm, you'll find out real quickly that these things take a little bit of damage. They take a little bit of time to whittle down until you can get the kill on them. So it's a very tough ship. It comes with some really good weapons hard points. I actually had to upgrade to one, and because I really liked seeing how powerful they are, and I can tell you they are pretty devastating. I used it in my own Pirate Swarm attempt, and I came out flying colors. So I definitely recommend the Reliant Tana if you're looking for like a starter military ship. It is very good. Then you also have the Misc Razor EX. This is the Razor is a racing ship originally. The EX is a stealth modified ship, so it's designed more for scouting out ahead and, you know, getting some information, troop movements, troop locations, etc. That's what this is going to be used for. So it's super fast and super stealthy, so you can get in and get out without being seen, and if you are seen, you could escape because you've got the speed to do it. Then you have the Misc Starfarer Gemini. Now let me tell you, this ship, when it first went on sale as a concept sale, it was $100 less than what it is right now. It was $240. Now this thing is $340. So just to tell you how much it's gone up in price, this is an armored version of the Starfarer. So it's got more armor than the regular one, and it's also got missile pods up front that you can replace the fuel scoop for. It's got multiple fuel scoops, but you can replace one of them with missile pods. So it's a militarized version of the Starfarer, and it's pretty cool. Then under the paints and extras, Freelancer has 2 different paint jobs. I'm really digging this black paint job. Not so much the Storm Surge. I mean, I guess it's better than the normal paint jobs they have for them. But definitely liking this all black paint job. That is pretty cool, pretty sleek. Then of course you have your Misc gear pack and the Celebration gear pack as well. Merchandise, we have the same 4 items that's available every day during the sale. And then we're going to go down and take a look at Consolidated Outland's offerings, which really there's not a whole lot. The Mustang Delta, this is the fighter variant of the Mustang. It comes with a pretty decent gun loadout. Supposedly it's got some better armor. As you can see, it's got a little write-up here, Silas Corner, I don't even know how to say his name. And then the Delta also comes with rocket pods. It's the only ship in the fleet of all the ships CIG has that has these dumbfire rocket pods. They could do some serious damage, I guess, if you can line the shots up. In the current meta, not so great. Maybe in 3.10 when some things change, those rocket pods will be more devastating. You also have the gear pack here and the celebration gear, and then the 4 merchandise. Argo Aeronautics. So Argo Aeronautics powers the military just as it quietly powers nearly every face of the UE economy. Argo's no-nonsense approach to design keeps goods and personnel moving in the right direction, as it does for countless corporations, private operations all around the universe. So they have the cargo MPUV and then the personnel MPUV. Both of these ships are going to be used with Idris and Javelin respectively. They'll actually come with those, so you'll actually be able to transfer personnel and small amounts of cargo, like minuscule amounts of cargo, around with those ships. These things do not have jump drives, quantum drives, anything like that. So it's a very short distance that you will use them, like from a space station or another ship to your ships. That's the way I see it being used. Of course, we don't really know until we see in the game, but yeah, I think it's going to be ship to ship, station to ship transfers. Then we have the SRV. This is the tugboat. This is the ship that's going to be able to help position, reposition, or even act as a wrecker for other ships. It's got the little tractor beam on the back. This actually moves around. You can use it in different configurations, and you'll be able to move ships around. I think that right now the plan is one SRV will be able to be used on something like a Cutlass size ship or a Freelancer. As you go up in sizes of ships, you're going to need multiple Argo SRVs in order to get the job done. Pretty cool ship, pretty cool idea behind it. It'll be interesting to see how people will employ these and deploy these. I know that I got the pack that has, I think, 4 in it, and you'll be able to use multiples to bring in, bigger ships. I'm hoping 4 will be able to handle something the size of a capital ship. Then we have the Argo gear pack and the Celebration gear pack as well. And then we move down into the merchandise section, and you can see the different merchandise. So moving on to Crusader Industries. Crusader CEO August Dunlow lifted himself out of poverty to create one of the most successful aerospace outfits ever conceived. Boasting an extensive fleet of cutting-edge shuttles and cargo, data, and vehicle transporters, Crusader is a legitimate titan of industry. So everything for Crusader is future flyable. We don't have anything we can fly from Crusader right now. Crusader has the A2 Hercules on sale right now, both on Warbond and credit. These are limited stock, so get it while it's hot. Get it right now. 600 Warbond, 700 for the credit. Then you have the Mercury Star Runner. This ship will be coming out with the next patch in 3.10, supposedly. We'll see. I imagine this ship is going to be one of the cooler ships that we have seen. It's asymmetrical design. This is a cargo and data runner, so you can do both. And it's also meant to be crewed, with multiple people. My guess is about 4 or 5 people. We'll have to wait and see what the final tallies are on all of that. And it does have a system of vents and stuff that you can travel through in case you get boarded. You can actually move between different parts of the ship, or maybe even escape the ship altogether. Not bad for $225. I think it's around Connie size, probably, but the way that it's shaped and designed, it's not going to be as long as a Connie maybe, but it'll be wide. So we'll have to wait and see when we actually get on this thing how it looks and what it looks like. Then you have the C2 or Hercules, which is the civilian transport. The A2 is the military transport. You can actually transport Nova tank in the back, and it can also lay down some serious fire. It's going to have some major big guns that you can, put some ordnance on a target. Then the M2 Hercules is also a military variant. It's actually the transport variant. I'm sorry, the A2 is just going to be a pure like gunship type transport. I can't even call it a transport. Let's take a look at it real quick and we can see what they call it. It's a gunship. So yeah, it's going to be able to put all sorts of firepower on enemy emplacements. Whereas the M2, you'll be able to carry the Nova tank, at least one. C2 can carry two, but the M2 you can carry one Nova tank, and you'll be able to put a little bit of fire down range. The Ares Inferno and the Ares Ion, these are already two of my favorite ships. You can see it's cost as much as a Mercury Star Runner almost. These are fighters. What's so special about these fighters? You see this gun and this gun? Those are size 7s. The little cockpit right here, you're going to sit right there. These are size 7 guns. Never before have we seen a size 7 gun on something as small as a fighter. These are going to be considered heavy fighters. And we'll take a little closer look at these as well. But it's got the capability of punching through capital size ships and capital size armor on both of these ships. So, what are the difference? The Ion uses beam weapons, or not beam weapons, but a laser cannon if you want to call it that, whereas the Inferno uses a Gatling ballistic gun. So this one's designed to take the shields down, and this one is designed to take down armor on capital ships. Now you're not going to be able to solo a capital ship with it unless it's just a stupid capital ship crew and they're not firing back. But you have a long-range capability with this gun, and it has the capability to bring shields down if you use, multiples on those capital ships. I am really interested to see what it'll do to other fighters. Will it one-punch them? Will it take 2 shots? Will the Gatling gun here be able to bring them down quick? I don't know. That's something I'm really, really looking forward to, and I definitely want to use a pair of these as well and see what, how well they do. Then Crusader also has the shirts in their gear pack. So that's their offerings for today in the store. This is the last day of the Invictus Launch Week, technically. Last 2 days, May 28th and 29th. But we do have Drake looming on the horizon with their Defense Con. It'll be interesting to see what they offer. From what I've told, we're not expecting new ships, but you will expect the Cuddy Blue and the Kraken, especially in their series of ships. Also, I would think the Buccaneer. Drake's got a lot of offerings that are piratey nature. I would also maybe expect the Corsair to go back on sale. We'll have to wait and see on the 30th and the 1st to see what Drake offers. Let's take a look at the convention floor. So here we are exiting the elevator. This is the support and logistics day is what they're calling it. And right off the bat you see the Mustang right there, the Mustang Delta right in front of you, and then you have the 2 Argo MPUVs right below us. Let's go ahead and take a little closer look at all of these ships that they are presenting. You can see the Consolidated Outland on the wall there. And then we'll move around and check out the MPUVs. So one of these is designed to carry troops, and another is designed to carry small amounts of cargo. To me, it's almost like a luggage carrier, to be honest. It can't carry a huge amount of cargo. The one on the left was cargo, I believe, and this one is troop. That could be, actually, they look the same here. Anyways, you get the idea that one can carry, I think it's up to 5 or 6 troops, people, personnel. Again, it's probably going to be ship to ship or station to ship. But yeah, it's not going to be able to carry a ton of people. It's not a drop ship. Then we move over to the Mustang here. This is by Consolidated Outland, and you can see the turret. It's kind of like a canard turret underneath the nose. Then it's got guns on the wings as well, and it's got the rocket pods there as well. And this thing can be, well, let's put it this way. When it first came out, the rocket pods, the aiming, fixed weapons were in a good state. The rocket pods could be really devastating. If you hit somebody with a rocket, you could possibly, one or two shot them. I'd say salvos of them. So it'd be 3 or 4 missiles most likely to bring one down. But now the way that they are, the state of the game, etc., the Delta's just not that great of a ship. Will it change? I certainly hope so. I'm hearing a lot of good things about the 310 patch as far as aiming, maybe bringing the fixed weapons back into prominence. Here we're taking a look at the Mercury Star Runner from Crusader Industries. This ship too will be in 3.10, and a lot of people are looking forward to this ship. A whole lot of people. Probably because of the design. It's got that asymmetrical design. It looks really cool. It's got an interesting gameplay style that goes along with it as far as data running and possibly cargo running. So this ship could be used to smuggle information, at least. We don't know. I think it's supposed to have some smugglers compartments too, but we just don't know enough about the intended goal for this ship. At least I say that. So we know what it's for, but we don't know what the game mechanic is. Like, they haven't made that game mechanic to take advantage of this ship yet. So that's what I'm saying we don't know enough about. But a lot of people have that ship, and it's a cool looking ship. I really love the look of all the Crusader Industries ships. They look fantastic to me. They have that futuristic, silky smooth, curves, and yeah, I just like the way they all look. Every single one of them. Even the Star Lifter or whatever, the Genesis ship. That thing looks cool to me too, and that was the first one designed, and I'm sure they'll redesign it a little bit to fit even more with the Crusader Industries looks. But yeah, I really like the way they all look. And, this ship that we're looking at right now is the Hercules. This is the Star Lifter, sorry. It is designed to transport large pieces of cargo or large vehicles, that sort of thing. The C2, which is the civilian version we talked about, can carry 2 tanks. So yeah, that's how big it's going to be. Really looking forward to seeing this ship in game. I think it will be one of the most spectacular looking ships up close that we'll get to see. That's just what I think, because it's really cool looking. I don't know how aerodynamic it's going to be. It looks like it would just, drop like a rock. But I imagine they'll figure all that out. This is a science fiction game, so maybe it floats on air. But yeah, I really hope we get to see this ship sooner rather than later, and I think we will, because they have been working on it. This is already been in, I believe, gray box or white boxing, and they're just trying to get some of the stuff lined up and the spacing and all that inside of it correct. Like I said, I really, really like the way that Crusader ships look. They look really cool, really awesome. Let's go check out the next ship we have on deck here. As you can see, now we're going into the Misc ships, and this is the Misc Freelancer Misc. So this is a gunboat, plain and simple gunboat. We talked about it on the sales page. This thing comes chock full of missiles. It's got 4 size 3 guns on the side gimbals there. It also has a turret up top, which is really hard to see from this angle. I should have given you guys a higher perspective, but yeah, it comes with lots of different ways to destroy its enemies, and it's very effective at it. I've used this in Arena Commander multiple times. This ship will get the job done every time, and I don't think I've died in this ship in Arena Commander, to tell you how great it is doing that. So if you guys want to rent a ship right now or buy a ship, out of today's sale, this one's definitely a phenomenal ship to do that. It packs a punch. It's a freelancer, so it does have some cargo space. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. So it's a good all-arounder if you guys want to protect yourself while you're doing some cargo runs, or have the flexibility of doing some bounty missions or taking on some enemy pilots. Fantastic ship for that. Now this behemoth of a craft here in front of us is the Starfarer Gemini. This is the military variant of the Starfarer, which we talked about. As you can see, it is massive. It's got the big fuel tanks there that can hold the fuel that you collect. I believe it's a refinery as well, so you'll be able to refine the fuel on board. And then you'll actually be able to dish out that fuel to other ships. So it's designed to be a fuel transport, fuel intake, refinery, and a mid-air transportation or mid-air fuel transfer. So really cool. It's got a lot of great aspects to it. As you can see, it's kind of got this OD green color to it. I like the inside of the Gemini. I feel like the inside of it is a little better than the regular Starfarer. There's not a lot of difference at all, really, but there's some small differences that I like a little bit better. You'd have to check out the Starfarer videos I have to see kind of the differences between the two. But this is definitely an awesome ship. It moves like a boat, so it's not very maneuverable. It has some issues breaking atmosphere sometimes. So be warned that the Starfarer and Starfarer Gemini are super heavy and they drive like a school bus. This is the Misc Reliant Tana. You can see it's got guns on both wingtips, guns underneath the wings, missiles underneath the wings. This is a formidable starting fighter. I would take this fighter over a lot of other starters, with the exception of maybe the Avenger. But this thing definitely, to me, outclasses any of the Auroras or Mustangs, at least at this point in time. Maybe eventually that will change. We'll have to wait and see how the new, aiming mechanics and all of that work, if they tweak the flight model anymore. But yeah, this thing definitely ranks up there as a great little fighter. I'm not huge on the aesthetics of it. It's cool that it will actually switch into a vertical flight formation rather than just this horizontal one. You can do that at will now, finally. You don't have to have the landing gear down to switch it horizontally or vertically. But it's, much better that you can actually do that at will. Again, I'm not a big fan of the aesthetics. This is the Razor EX. This is your scout craft, your reconnaissance vehicle, your stealth capable fast mover. This thing is very fast. It's kind of like a drag racer in a way, but this one's designed for military uses as far as reconnaissance. And you can see it's got, I think those are scatter guns on underneath it. Again, not one that you really want to get into a fight with. You don't want to take it into a fight. It's just not going to hold up against a lot of enemies. This is more about running and getting away. If you have to get a pot shot off on somebody as you escape, maybe that's what you can do, but definitely not a ship that you want to take into combat. So guys, if you've liked my video, please hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button if you've never subscribed and you want to subscribe to my channel and see more of these videos. Also hit that little bell icon to let you know when I do put out a new video. Thank you to all my Patreon members and YouTube members for sponsoring me and donating. It really means a lot to me. I can't tell you how much. I just don't have words for it. I am working a job that's very difficult to make a lot of money in. I can't make any money, really. I'm trying to get another job. So thank you so much. It all helps. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you guys out in the verse.